Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Guru Dan Reiki Presents. Today, our event is Wellness Wednesday. This is the meditation where we heal the world and everything in it, including us and everybody else and everything else, and you'll see. So for now, please get comfortable. You can be seated, you can be reclined, you can be laying down. Whatever your position, please do not cross anything. No eyes, no fingers, no legs. Don't cross your arms, legs, toes, eyes. Hair. Hair can be crossed because hair is not really... We won't worry about hair. Please have your water, and if you like candles, have your candles, have your crystals nearby, and they get comfy. Get comfy. Yes. And let's get started. Please take a series of larger than normal breaths. Begin centering yourself. And as that's going on, please think of an animal or a place that brings a physical smile to your face. An animal or a place. A few more larger than normal breaths. And when your attention kind of collects kind of towards your face, and your focus and attention kind of comes to your face, or your third eye area, your ascension eye area, between your eyes, you might be aware of that area between your eyes. And when your attention comes to like your face, allow your focus to go to where you believe the center of the earth is. And when you arrive there, consciously arrive there, take a larger than normal breath. And as you do that, imagine being gifted a golden spark of light. This golden light can be any hue. It can be a green gold, a red gold, an orange gold, purple gold, violet gold, any hue of gold as long as it's gold. And then bring your attention back to yourself again and allow that golden light to follow you up and allow it to come up through your body and out the top of your head to infinity. And just let that golden light amplify. Yes. Mine's kind of like a straw or a pipe. The golden light travels up on the outside and it goes down on the inside. That way the energies are going both directions at the same time. And just allow this golden light within you to amplify, intensify, even solidify a little bit. And allow that golden light to radiate within you so brightly that it radiates outside of you and encompasses what you perceive to be your being or your body. Just a comfortable distance. You don't need to radiate out as far as you can, but just radiate out a comfortable distance. Not that you're a cocoon, but it might be a cocoon shape if you're looking at you from a distance. Yellow gold is fine. Red gold, blue gold, even black gold. Any hue of gold. There you go. And just let this amplify a moment and just take some really good breaths and just acclimate to this new energy signature for just a moment. And as you're doing this, and as you envision what you might look like, if you can kind of sense around a little bit and kind of find the energetic center of this golden light, it's usually around your heart chakra. And if you can envision the energy becoming amplified just right there at that area, and imagine a golden tendril of light coming from your heart area and going out a comfortable distance and then flattening out or turning into some kind of board or wall, kind of like a billboard maybe. All right. For me, mine looks like a golden sheet of glass. Mine is transparent and it's large, like the side of a building large. But it's out a little bit of a distance. I don't know. Not too far. But as I perceive my wall, it covers what I believe my vision area would be. So let this wall kind of solidify in its idea for just a moment. Hello, Cat Mystique. We've already grounded and we've already made our wall. If you can get comfortable and catch up as well as you can. Okay. Thank you, V. We'll get that a little later. All right. So the structure right now is our grounded selves, this golden light grounding us to the planet core, out to infinity, our radiance amplified, a golden tendril of light from our heart area going out a comfortable distance and turning into a wall. The first idea on this wall will be for ourselves. So if you are here for healing for yourself, or if you would just wish life improvements for yourself, because many people are not necessarily ill or not necessarily ill this day or at the watching of the video later. But if you come for healing for yourself, or if you would like to some life improvement, please envision yourself in a healthy, happy state. Several ways to do this. You might use a memory from a time when you felt better, or if you've never been well, if you're one of these people who were born ill, but you can imagine what it would be like to be well, if you can take a mental snapshot of that being and then place that image on the wall. So envision yourself in a healthy, happy state, whether that's a memory or and a vision, and then take a mental snapshot of that image, place it on the wall, along with any idea of how that is to manifest or how that is to occur. So actually separate your idea from the work about how that's to happen. Because it's not for you to worry about the how. All you're saying is, this is what you prefer. Okay? So take that mental image of yourself, place it on the wall, along with any idea of how that is to occur. Completely detach from that you. Please take a deeper than normal breath. The next idea we will address are partners, friends, and family. If you are aware, or if you wish well-being for your partner, your friends, your family members, please envision these peoples in a healthy, happy state. In your mind's eye, they might be laughing. They might be active. Then take a mental snapshot of that image and then place that image on the wall, along with any idea of how that is to occur. Detach from being responsible of making it so. It's not up to you to make it so. We don't need to know how that's to happen. So you might envision your partner, healthy, happy. Place that healthy, happy image on the wall. Your family members. So for me, I might envision like a family reunion and everybody's all happy, and you take that big snapshot of the whole group and place the group picture on the wall and detach from how that is to happen. You don't need to be responsible for making it happen. Please detach from making it happen. In the next idea, we are aware at any given time of certain places on the planet, certain peoples on the planet who might be experiencing an unwell state. But we might not know what these people look like. It might be a village somewhere. It might be a city somewhere. It might be a community somewhere experiencing some kind of illness or calamity or strife. Okay? So in this idea, please envision what these peoples would look like if they were in a healthy, happy state. What might these people look like as a whole? All right, so once they're community, once they're all well, what might these people, what do happy people look like to you? What do healthy, happy people look like to you? And take a mental snapshot of that image and place it on the wall for amplification, along with any idea of how that is to occur. Detach from the occurrence. It's not our responsibility to make them healthy, happy. We are just offering the energy of healthy, happy. We don't make it occur. Source makes it occur. This will all become more clear later. So far on our board, we have an image of ourselves, healthy, happy, our partners, friends, and family, healthy, happy. Strangers or people that we do not know, envisioned, healthy, happy, and placed on the wall. In the next idea, pets. Our pets, our friends' pets, our family's pets. If you are aware of any unwell pets, any sick pets, or if there are any pets that you would wish more well-being for, like perhaps they're not sick, but you would wish them comfort, you would wish them well-being, you would wish them healthy and happy. Please envision these pets in a healthy, happy state. They might be smiling, or their version of smile, their tongues hanging out. If they're a cat, they might be rolling upside down. You know how they are when they're all happy and give their tummies up. But please envision these pets in a healthy, happy state. Take a mental image of that. Take that snapshot of that healthy, happy pet and place it on the wall, along with any idea of how that's to occur. If we need a moment here for multiple pets. Oh, they're always healthy, happy, and excited at food time, aren't they? Maybe that'd be a good image to place on the wall. Healthy, happy, alert pet. In the next idea, kept animals. In this idea of kept animals, farm animals, ranch animals, herds of animals, animals that are kept, animals in animal sanctuaries, animals that are cared for usually by or managed by other beings or other people, zoo animals. All right, so kept animals, farms, ranches, zoos, and reserves. If you are aware of any kept animals that you would wish health, well-being, safety, and comfort for, zoo animals, any animals that are kept, please envision these animals in a healthy, happy state. Will it necessarily be a blissful state? Maybe for some, but for the sake of splitting hairs, just a healthy, happy state for all. And take a mental snapshot of what you believe these healthy, happy animals would look like, and place that image on the wall. Along with any idea of how that's to occur. You can refine the idea later when you watch these meditations back through the videos. You can refine the idea. You don't have to be so exact right now. It's okay to lighten up a little bit. You don't need to be all the exact detail for each and every animal right now. But you can play the recording back and then pause it and then address all your animals at, say, another time. Because if I were to sit and do this meditation and address everything completely, we would be here all day. And I'm only trying to do these in like an hour. So it's okay if you do not address each and every singular detail that you can muster right this moment. It's okay. Thank you for letting me share that. In the next idea, unkept animals. These will be land animals. We're about to address the water animals next, but land animals that are not kept, animals that might be, well, they're just free, wild animals. If you are aware of any wild animals that might be experiencing any kind of illness, unwellness, any calamity or strife, a calamity or strife, or even a disaster that would qualify as strife or calamity. Say there's been a forest fire and these animals are displaced, or say there's been some weather phenomenon and these animals are in distress for whatever reason. If you are aware of any animals that are in an unwell, unsafe, unkept state, please envision these animals cared for in a healthy, happy state. Imagine what that would look like if these animals were in a healthy, happy state. Take a mental image of that, take a snapshot of that image, and place that image of these healthy, happy animals and place it on the wall, along with any idea of how that is to occur. You don't have to make it happen. You're just in support of it happening. In the next idea, freshwater marine life. Then we'll do the saltwater marine life. If you are aware of any freshwater marine life, what constitutes marine life? Fish, snails, snakes, frogs, everything aquatic. Grasses, lily pads, everything water related, fresh water related. If you are aware of any freshwater beings, any freshwater animals, any freshwater areas that are experiencing any kind of unwellness, calamity, or strife, and that you would wish these areas well, please envision these areas and all these beings in a healthy, happy state. What would a healthy freshwater ecosystem look like? What would the happy animals look like? Please envision these things. Take a mental snapshot of that image and place that image on the wall, along with any idea of how that is to occur. I know it's a little weird, but it's really cool weird. In the next idea, salt water. Saltwater animals, saltwater beings, reefs. Saltwater beings, whales, dolphins, crabs, lobsters, seahorses, anything that you can imagine. All saltwater. Please envision all these beings, all these ecosystems, all these beings in a healthy, happy state. What would that healthy ecosystem look like? Take a mental image, right? Create the mental image, take a snapshot of that image and place that image on the wall, along with any idea of how that's to occur. And when you've attached that image, please take a series of larger than normal breaths. Just 3 or 4. Or more, if you're so guided. And while we're doing that, let's just recap quickly. We started with ourselves, in a healthy, happy state. Our partners, our friends, our families in healthy, happy states. Strangers, humans that we don't know what they look like, but we wish them a healthy, happy state, and those images are on the wall there. Then we went to pets, our pets, friends, pets, families, pets. And then we went to kept animals. And then we went to unkept animals. And then we went to fresh water, and then the salt water. And all these images are represented on the wall. So now you all have a pretty good idea of how this is going. The next sections, we're going to change it up a little bit. Because so far we've been kind of putting singular ideas on the wall. And in the next section, we're going to be putting multiple ideas on the wall. But instead of putting a collage or anything on there, what we're going to utilize is the thing I call the golden sphere. Let me explain how that works. We will summon from our golden essence a golden sphere of light. This golden sphere will be of comfortable size. Mine's kind of like a little beach ball. And its top comes off. It has a lid, and inside it is like a jar. We're going to put ideas into the jar, and then we will put the lid on the jar, and then we're going to attach the jar to the wall, the sphere to the wall. Now, instead of trying to envision an elaborate hook or whatever system, because it's a golden wall and it's a golden sphere, and since they're a like material, they just automatically adhere to one another. So when I attach my spheres to the wall, they just stick. And so that way you don't need to mentally try to create a hook each time you add a sphere. So I hope that tip helps smooth things a little bit easier. So let's take a larger than normal breath and get started on the sphere ideas. In this idea, please summon up a golden sphere. Mine just kind of materializes from my chest. Okay. It is a golden sphere. It is of comfortable size. It has a lid that comes off. It opens like a jar. I am going to call this sphere the sphere of wrongdoing. Okay. Here's how that idea is going to go. If you are aware of anything in your life, not anybody else's life, in your life, the idea that something has been done wrong to you, that a wrongdoing has occurred, I want you to take the idea of this wrongdoing and envision this wrongdoing solved, sorted, neutralized, handled, otherwise corrected. What would that wrongdoing look like if it were corrected? What would this wrongdoing look like if it were in a healthy, happy, neutralized state? Take an image, make a mental image, take a snapshot of that healthy wrongdoing and place that image into the sphere. All right. It doesn't matter at which time this wrongdoing happened. If you felt a long time ago, even as a child, that something was done wrong to you, and you still remember that today, then envision that wrongdoing healed, sorted, corrected, or otherwise sorted, canceled, neutralized. And take that image of that wrongdoing that's in a neutral state and take that image and place it in the sphere. I'm not wanting to go too extreme, but sometimes these can be a little extreme. You may have been in a lawsuit and you thought, I didn't deserve to be in a lawsuit, but somehow I got in a lawsuit, and it caused me all kinds of stress and all kinds of strife and all kinds of, oh, what a mess it was. It was just a cluster everywhere. It took me years to get that sorted out, and I didn't deserve that wrongdoing. I didn't deserve it. I still believe it was a wrongdoing. You feel that way. Still feel a little sore about it. Envision that soreness gone. Envision that soreness healed. Envision the whole wrongdoing as though it never happened. What would it look like? What would you look like if that wrongdoing had never happened? What if this wrongdoing could be corrected? What would that look like to you? And then take a mental snapshot of that image and place it in this sphere. Yes, officer, I was speeding, but in my defense, I didn't hurt anybody. No harm, no foul. Honestly, I was in a hurry. I'm still in a hurry. I'm going to be in a hurry even when I leave here. I don't believe you should write me a ticket. I have a genuine thing going on. I have a personal crisis, or I'm trying to save an animal. I'm trying to get to the vet, or I'm trying to deliver somebody's medicine or groceries or something. I am in a hurry. Can you just please let me go? They write you that ticket anyway, and you feel all this wrongdoing, all blah, 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 all this stuff, gripe, 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 complain, complain, complain. Envision this solved. Envision this sorted, as though it never happened. What would that look like? Take a snapshot of that image, healed, and place it into the sphere, along with any idea of how that is to occur. Let's place the lid on this sphere and attach this sphere to the wall for amplification. You get the idea. You can come back to the recording. You can address all the wrongdoings of your life if you like. But for the sake of timing now, we'll close that sphere and attach it to the wall. Please summon up another golden sphere. This golden sphere is of comfortable size. It has a lid that opens. It is like a jar. This sphere will be the sphere of conflict. The sphere of conflict. I would like for you to take a moment. In your life, take a peek at all the places where you are experiencing a conflict. Are you experiencing a conflict with anybody or anything? Conflict with a partner, perhaps, or a family member, perhaps, or an organization, perhaps. Conflicts that are not easily resolved, or maybe these might be past conflicts, a conflict you had with a person that has no way to resolve itself because the person is either moved away or passed on and you didn't get that closure that you needed. Let's use that for an example. If there was a conflict in your past and you were not able to get closure on this conflict because the person passed, that this conflict was never, ever, ever resolved. Not physically resolved, and not satisfactorily mentally resolved either, because you still kind of wanted to resolve it. But you know, we don't have the physical option right now because they're physically not present. But they're still non-physically present. If you know energy like I know energy, it's still there. So that conflict, let's just for a moment entertain the idea that the non-physicals are watching and paying attention right now, and they want this resolved as much as you do. Please envision this conflict resolved, sorted. Please envision this conflict either forgiven or forgotten. And let's release ourselves from any tie to that energy and take this whole idea, envision it, take a mental image of it being sorted and neutralized, and place this idea in the sphere, along with any idea of how that is to clear within you, of how that is to occur. I know that's a biggie. I know that's a toughie. Let's choose another one. Let's say we've experienced divorce, or we've experienced the separation from a past loved one, and they went their way and you had to go your way, but you never really quite felt well about it. What would it look like if you were well about it? What if you could take that idea out of you, or at least address it, and envision this in a healthy, happy state, solved, neutralized state, a loving state? And take that image, that idea, and place it in the sphere, along with any idea of how that is to occur. Do you have any other just quick conflicts, just quickly, that you'd like to put in there? A conflict I haven't addressed. Can you please just do that quickly? Or if it takes a moment. Because I am not privy to everybody's personal life here. But if you have a conflict that you'd like to resolve, please envision that in a resolved, healthy, happy state. Take that mental snapshot, place it in the sphere, and then detach from the idea of how that is to occur. Because it's out of our hands anyway. So let's just detach from worrying about it. Place that in the sphere, and then go ahead and put the lid on your sphere and attach this sphere to the wall. Please take a series of larger than normal breaths. Good deep ones. Good deep ones. And let some of that energy just kind of separate. Let them spheres handle it. Let's just adjust our frequencies for just a moment. Let's just adjust a second. So we kind of did wrongdoing. We did conflict. Let's summon up another golden sphere. This golden sphere is of comfortable size. It has a lid that opens. It is like a jar. I'm going to call this the catch-all sphere. The idea of the catch-all sphere is this. If there is anything, any aspect of your life, not anybody else's life, your life, that I have not addressed here today, that you would like to address, but I'm not privy to what that is, so I'm not going to be able to speak it. So in this catch-all sphere, if there is anything within you, any hardship, struggle, okay, anything that you would like to have resolved in your life. Now, a condition on this sphere. The next sphere is going to be the sphere of desire, That's where we will look at abundance and all these other ideas. So for this sphere and the catch-all sphere, just the more serious kind of things that I have not addressed. And we will look at the sphere of desires, the fun one, but we will look at the abundance and all that other stuff for that one. So don't put your abundance issues in this sphere. We're going to put it all in the other one. Okay, so just footnote. But let's take a moment. If you have anything within you that's fresh, anything that's within you that's less fresh, anything that irks you, anything that bothers you, anything that goes against your core vibration, things that don't set well with you, whether it's media, whether it's television, whether it's whatever it is, whether it's social, whether it's personal, whatever the thing is, doesn't matter what the thing is. In the idea of unconditional love, please envision the thing, whatever your topic is, in a healthy, happy, safe, resolved state. Whatever that image looks like of that healthy, happy state, take a snapshot of that image and place it in the sphere, along with any idea of how that is to occur. Just detach from being the one that has to make that happen. Disconnect from it. Once you place it in the sphere, be disconnected of it and from it. I don't know, Dan, everything's all right. I just wish my children would behave. Then envision healthy, happy, behaving children. What would those behaving children look like to you? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place it in the sphere, along with any idea of how that is to occur. Or, gee, Dan, I got more complicated things going on. I just wish my relationship was a little bit better. All right, what would that look like? What would a healthy, happy relationship look like to you? What would that image look like? Take a snapshot of an image and place it in the sphere. Oh, Dan, I'm pretty much fine. I just wish people would stop being assholes. Fine. What would an asshole-free society look like? What would that look like to you? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place it in the sphere, along with any idea of how that's to occur. I just wish my neighbors were a bit more friendly. All right. Wish my family could understand me better. Okay. Take a mental snapshot of that. Place it in the sphere. Hello, Leela.
Gosh.
Yeah. We're
Hi.
in the sphere portion, so we're finishing up here shortly. I'm going to mute you, though.
Yes.
All right. So, feeling some good separation from some of those things. So, go ahead and place the lid on this sphere, the catch-all sphere, and attach this sphere to the wall. Actually, Leela's here for the perfect time. In this next idea, please summon up another golden sphere. It is of comfortable size. It has a lid that comes off. It is like a jar. This is the sphere of desire. Let me explain how this one works. The sphere of desire is anything, literally anything you desire. You desire a lottery jackpot win, then what would that look like? What would a lottery jackpot win look like to you? What would you look like if you won a lottery jackpot? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place it in this sphere, along with any idea of how that is to occur. Ah, Dan, I don't need a lottery. I just need a new car. All right. What does a new car look like to you? What do you look like in a new car? Your new car. What does that look like? What does that even feel like? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place it in the sphere, along with any idea of how that is to occur. Here again, we can address, Dan, I just want a perfect partner. All right. What would a perfect partner look like to you? How tall are they? What do you look like next to them? Are they happy? Are you happy? What does a happy relationship, what does a happy partner look like? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place it in the sphere, along with any idea of how that is to occur. What else would you like to put in there? Well, Dan, I got everything I need. I just need somebody to paint my house. Kind of like to spiff it up a little bit around here. Okay, great. What would that look like? What would the painter handyman look like? What would your house look like after that? What would this perfect image of your surroundings look like? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place it in the sphere, along with any idea of how that is to occur. Just detach from the idea. You've had the idea, you put the idea in the jar or in the sphere, and that's it. You don't need to think it anymore. You can take it right out of you. What else would we like? Oh, Dan, everything's fine. I just want to go out to eat every once in a while. I want good food. All right. What does good food look like? Do you have company with this good food, or is it just good food for you? What is it? What does that look like? What would you look like with good food? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place it in the sphere, along with any idea of how that's to occur. Oh, Dan, I got everything. I want to see better. I want to be more psychic. I want to be clairaudient. I want to be able to hear the spirits when they talk. I want to feel more connected to the universe. I just want to be more me. Okay, what would that look like? Can you imagine what that would look like? What would this spiritually awakened, more amplified, awakened God you look like? What would it look like? What would you be like? What would you be doing? Take a mental snapshot of that image and place it in the sphere, along with any idea of how that's to occur. Now I'm going to pause for a second. If there's any other idea of desire, if you want to sing better, if you want to anything, it's your desire. Your desire. So we'll call this the secret desire section. If you have a secret desire, what would that desire look like if it were to come to fruition? What would you look like in that desire? What does the desire look like? What do you look like in it? Take a mental snapshot of that desire and place it in the sphere for amplification, and disconnect from any idea of how that is to occur. Not your job. You do not make this occur. We just put our order into the universe. Source handles it. That's how this goes. Okay. Once you're completed putting all your secret desires in the spheres, or in the sphere, please put the lid on your sphere and attach this sphere to the wall. And then take a series of larger than normal breaths. And just let all the energies kind of acclimate a little bit. That's a pretty impressive wall we got going here, isn't it? We got ourselves, partners, friends, family, strangers. Got all of the pets. We have all the kept animals, the unkept animals. We have all the fresh water, all the salt water. We have the sphere of wrongdoing, the sphere of, what was it? Crisis? No, sphere of conflict. We didn't so much address any crises today, hoping nobody has any, but if you do, you can build your own sphere later and throw your crises in there, no problem. Then we had the catch-all sphere where most of that stuff probably ended up, and then we had the sphere of desire. Please come to what you would consider an observer position. So you can see your golden self anchored to the planet. You see this golden tendril of light coming from around your heart chakra, going out towards this golden wall with all these images on it and all these golden spheres full of ideas to be amplified there. You see this wall. Let this wall solidify in your vision a little bit. And kind of sense around, you see where the golden tendril goes into it. But you kind of see the heart center of this wall, and then on the back side of this wall, envision another golden tendril of light coming out and going out a comfortable distance. And at the end of this golden tendril of light, please envision our planet as viewed from space. What you believe our planet looks like, or your planet looks like, as viewed from space. What does Gaia look like to you? In this vision of Gaia, your vision may or may not have a moon in it. If you have a moon, great. If you don't have a moon, great. There is no wrong. The main part is, please envision our planet. Now, as I do this, I envision our planet, and it kind of spins, and it can spin both directions, kind of like a globe, if I were looking at a globe for something. So my planet can spin either direction so that I can address, because we are going to address the land masses of the planet and then the waters of the planet. Then we will address the atmospheres of the planet. So it's kind of a trinary thing. We'll address the land, we'll address the water, we'll address the atmospheres. And then we'll take a quick second and address the moon for those that have moons. All right? And that's how we will address the earth. So in the idea of addressing the earth in your vision, let's address the land masses first. Land masses, islands, anything that sticks above water. All right. At any given time, we may be aware, or we may believe, that there are portions of the planet that are experiencing some kind of turmoil or strife or disaster or some other calamity, whether it is man-made or if it is some kind of natural disaster. All right. So if you are aware of any places on the planet that are experiencing any kind of turmoil or strife, that you would wish wellness for these areas, please envision these areas in a healed, happy state. What might a healed, healthy state look like? For me, if it's like a forest fire area, then I would envision the area lush with vegetation. That's usually my number one thing, is lush with vegetation. Healed with the life force of vegetation. Healthy, happy ground, happy earth, happy dirt, happy rocks, happy vegetation upon the rocks. I usually envision these areas lush. All right, so let's take a moment. And you might borrow that idea, or you might modify or make a modification of this lush idea. And let's take a moment and address all the land masses that we are aware of that we would wish health, well-being, lushness, supported by the universe kind of idea. All right. So for me, when I do that, every area I'm aware of, I just put, once I've addressed it, I put a little spark of golden light on it until I see all these cute little golden speckles everywhere. You can adopt that, or you can modify that any way you choose, but I will hush for a moment as I address the land masses I'm aware of. Please address the land masses that you are aware of. All right. So as we look at our land masses in our minds now, our mind's eye, looking at these areas now in a healed and healthy, happy state, a supported state, an energetic state of well-being. And now that we've addressed that energetically, please detach from any idea of how that was to occur. Separate from how the healing's to happen. And then let's address the waters of our planet, both the fresh waters and the salt waters. We're all aware of some portions of our planet. Our planet's mostly water. Some of these waters might be, we are told, maybe not so healthy, that the life there is in a little bit of trouble, but we've already addressed the life, but this time we just need to address the waters. Instead of envisioning elaborate filter systems or things like that, please just envision the waters clear, free of contaminants, free of debris, free of particulates, free of anything that isn't just pure natural water. All right, you don't need to, mentally create a machine that's sucking all the radioactive water out of the Pacific right now. Just envision the waters clear. So let's take a moment. I usually just address all the main bodies of water, the oceans, and I put a little golden spark of light where I've addressed it so I can remember kind of like where I've addressed. So let's take a moment and address our planet's waters. So if you are aware of any water that you may or may not believe is in any kind of calamity or strife, please envision these waters clear, healthy, happy, free of debris, free of particulates, free of pollution, free of radiation, free of anything not well-being. Just perfectly good, clear water. Let's take a moment and address our waters. If we'd like to take a moment to address our ice caps, healthy, clean, safe ice, you can add that into your vision, just so that all the planet's addressed. So we've got our land masses with our little golden spots on it. We have our water areas, our seas with their little golden specks on them. Before we begin to address the atmosphere is a very complex thing. It's a very big thing. It's hard to address every aspect of our atmosphere, and not really wanting to entertain any kind of science lesson here. Instead, just to quickly address it, how I'd like to address it is if you can just envision a huge golden bubble all the way around our atmosphere. And the intention of this golden bubble is to heal portions of the atmosphere, whether we are qualified to know how that scientifically works or not. But we just wish it the well-being and the harmony to work together for the benefit of all, as it does. Some people believe our atmosphere is manipulated, and perhaps it is, or maybe it's been impacted by our presence, perhaps. Whatever it is, please allow your intention to cover all of these areas and just offer all of our atmosphere in this huge golden bubble all the well-being and unconditional love that it desires. All right? So in this way, we can have harmony on the surface, we can have harmony on the waters, and we can have harmony in our atmosphere. So please envision this huge golden bubble. Encompassing all of the atmosphere with its pure intention, able to be accessed by all of the atmosphere. And while that's going on, for those that have had a moon in their vision, if you would like to take a moment to address your moon, whether you envision it brighter or you envision it healthy, happy, because a lot of different people have different knowledge of the moon. Some people are aware of its goings on, some are not. We can still wish the moon well-being. It is part of our reality. We all agree it's there. So if you'd like to envision your moon in a healthy, happy state, now's the time to offer it that energy. And then as soon as you're through with that, if you can, please assume again your kind of observer position, and let's look at our structure again. We have our grounded selves to the core of the planet on the surface. We have our golden light amplification, a golden tendril coming from our heart area, going to a huge golden wall with all of these ideas of unconditional love expressed. And then on the back side of that wall from its center, another golden tendril of light where we have addressed the entire planet and the moon. And as you gaze at your planet, and you notice the golden tendril of light between the planet and your golden wall, find where about the center of that golden tendril is and lovingly snip that tendril free and allow your planet and all its healing, well-being, and allow it to drift away off the structure and into source. Just allow the whole planet and all that healing intention to drift to source. Out of sight, given all away. Please take a deeper than normal breath. Please observe your golden wall. Notice again all the unconditional love ideas expressed on the wall. These are our best images that we could muster. These are the best of us that we could order, the best that we can offer at this timing. What a wonderful, wonderful expression of unconditional love there. Healing for all and everything. Something to be proud of. Please notice the golden tendril between the golden wall and yourself. And find around where the center of that tendril is and snip that tendril free and allow that golden wall to drift away to source. Just let it go. Everything has been addressed. If there is anything that hasn't been addressed that you'd like to address, please note it. And the next time that you perform this meditation through watching the video or returning, then address those things during that time. But at least we were able to address this much at this timing. All right, so let yourself off the hook for not getting everything done that you wanted to do. Well, there's plenty more chances to do. All right, so let yourself off the hook for that idea. What we have left is ourselves here. We've sent away our expression of the planet. We've sent away our unconditional love expression of everything else that we've addressed. And here we are, our amplified golden selves here. There's no reason to disconnect from this. This isn't anybody else's energy. This is you. This is your energy. You may hold on to this and linger within this energy for as long as you can. This representation of source energy is all you. Everything that's been done here today was all you. Your vision of Earth, your personal images on the wall, your energies being addressed on the wall. This was your healing today. This is your healing of all of those things that we addressed. There's no reason to separate from healing. It is a healing meditation, after all. But what I would like for you to do is bring your attention fully back to yourselves again. You might begin doing that with a series of larger than normal breaths, and you might slowly kind of get back into your body again. Bring your focus and your attention back to you. You might feel the desire to wiggle a toe or flex a leg or sense your back, your spine, your shoulders, your arms, your neck, your head, your face, your eyes. And when you're comfortable, open your eyes if they were closed. And become fully aware of your surroundings, your position on the planet, your immediate surroundings, your home, your room, the ground beneath you. Very nice. I'm going to bring myself back now, as this is the conclusion. Wow. Wow, that was pretty interesting. Oh, I see. Kat wasn't able to stay. All right. Wish Kat well. I may speak with her later. Very, very nice. That felt really, really good. Is there anybody here that would like to speak of their experience today? Would you please unmute yourself and maybe say a word? Any of you mind sharing a word? Your thoughts?
I have to go very soon, Dan, but I wanted to just let you know this was simply amazing. I am so, so grateful for this. I would so many times before you were about to say take a deep breath again. I haven't been here for a long time, but it just always lightens my soul to know that, you know, there is such a connection.
Is there a sync that happens? Yeah. You know, every time we do an energetic change, you should take a breath, because when you take a breath, you acclimate to that new frequency. That's why there's a lot of breathing, because we're doing a lot of shifting.
I just love it. To me, it's such a extreme validation that it's the right thing at the right time, and we're all connected. We're all, you know, helping to heal collectively. I just love that feeling.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say thank you.
Plus, we all share a meat suit, so we're all just like, yeah, this thing needs to breathe every once in a while. Yeah, okay, get some air in there.
It's funny because every time it happens, I just, you know, even though you're so deep in that meditation.
Yeah, I'm usually somewhere else. Yeah, I'm kind of always.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, this click, and it's an instant. I always get an instant smile. It's just a wonderful feeling. Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful night, everybody. Sending lots of love to everyone.
All right. We'll see you later. Anybody else want to share thoughts? All right. Then what I'm going to do is end the recording. So before I do that, those of you watching on YouTube, please like this video. That helps me with coverage. Please subscribe if you haven't. That also helps. You can see my last video over here, and you can subscribe over here. And until next week, much love to you, and see you next time.